Hello, we're Team First, and this is our presentation on how to conduct research from the lenses of different cultures of inquiry. We've chosen phenomenology, action research, and critical social science to help us explore a research question about accessibility. While technology in the form of teaching tools has been widely adopted in educational environments, the aspect of accessibility in using these tools requires analysis and investigation. These tools represent opportunities to improve and support learner engagement, but also present challenges to ensure that all or a significant portion of learners can participate in learning environments where these tools are used. Specifically, our question is, how does the issue of accessibility impede or support learners in the online learning environment? Phenomenology is a study of the human or life experiences, or what is referred to as phenomena, that in turn reveals consciousness about that experience. It is the experience itself which is the object of study. An example of a question in this culture of inquiry is, how does a novice user of technology experience the use of technology in terms of accessibility and level of engagement in the online learning environment? The challenge with phenomenology is the ability of the researcher to put aside personal feelings and preconceptions and, according to Porter, trying to understand the effects of one's experiences rather than engaging in futile attempts to eliminate them. The researcher must first understand what these factors are and then bracket them to demonstrate objectivity. To explore research based on this topic and culture of inquiry, the researcher could write a personal description, collect in-depth descriptions from a population, investigate the manner in which the phenomena is described, as well as the content and the message. Action research is a culture of inquiry that is an approach employed by practitioners for improving practice as a part of the process of change. The research is context-bound and participative. It is a continuous learning process in which the researcher learns and also shares the newly generated knowledge with those who may benefit from it. An example of a question in this culture of inquiry is, how can online courses be enhanced to improve accessibility for visually disabled learners? With this inquiry, the researcher would be involved directly with the subjects and focused on what is happening in the life world of the learner. The research itself is a collaborative process between the facilitator and stakeholders such as students, IT, and community associations. To explore the research based on this topic, there are a number of practical applications that could be used, such as investigate established tools to modify or adapt the online learning environment for the students with a visual impairment, investigate tools that impede and support engagement. What about society? Shouldn't our quest for knowledge take into consideration the social, economic, cultural, technological, and psychological aspects of life? Shouldn't we seek to understand the world in a way that helps end suffering, oppression, misery, and exploitation? The scholars at the Frankfurt School certainly thought so. In 1923, these scholars formed a school of thought and began developing a method of inquiry which is referred to as critical social theory. This theory attempts to understand, analyze, criticize, and alter social, economic, cultural, technological, and psychological structures and phenomena that have features of oppression, domination, exploitation, injustice, and misery. An example of a question for this culture of inquiry is, how has being from a socio-economic minority group impacted your access to education in today's technologically driven educational system? The goal for the researcher using this culture of inquiry is to emancipate the subject being researched. In addition, the researcher looks to understand the existing context around the issue and the need to alter the context before effective change can legitimately happen to the issue. To explore the topic of accessibility through the culture of critical social science, there are a number of practical applications that could be used. We can investigate the system of the ideology versus reality. We can identify existing research and data such as historical deconstruction, as well as existing suffering by unsuccessful students. We can identify power in situations of technology development and application. Or we can investigate opportunities, experiences of accessibility for people in the same organizations but different backgrounds, socioeconomic positions in society. The concepts of accessibility and engagement evolved from our team's life world. By viewing the identified problem through the varied lenses of phenomenology, action research, and critical social theory, we were able to provide a much wider scope of the issue. Benson Shapiro referred to this as triangulation, in that different theories, cultures of inquiry, methods, and techniques will elucidate and cover different aspects of a situation. As layers of information are brought to light from each of the cultures of inquiry, we gain a deeper experience and richer understanding of the phenomena or problem. Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.